Good evening. It is May the 16th, 2025. This video is going to be about sketchbooks. Sketchbooks are very important in what I do, and a lot of what every artist requires is a sketchbook. I know there's a lot of these on the internet that talk about a lot of these videos on YouTube talk about having a sketchbook, and having a sketchbook is very true what they say about having your own very own sketchbook. I have like 10 right here. Some of these I have some loose papers here, which I'm gonna put in a folder right now. Having a sketchbook is very good because it keeps your private thoughts and your drawings and all your ideas and notes in one place, and you can really benefit from having these around because nobody's going to see these, and your drawings are going to be only viewed by you. So I share a lot of these now because I've acquired skill, and I've been able to learn how to do that, how to share, which drawings to share, which not to share. I've shared some drawings which aren't very presentable, and you have to kind of practice that. You have to look at your work. Anyways, you have to look at your work and make sure that what you're showing is appropriate. And some people may not mind, but it might, on the internet it's a little different. So I have like 10 of these notebooks, different sizes, different kinds of paper, good quality, regular quality, less expensive quality. But they contain a lot of my some of these are from college, from my fine art college days, and I have been able to acquire lots of these. These are only, what I say, I have like another 15, maybe another 20 of these, and I'm starting to get better paper now because I've had practice. And this is actually good paper, but you have to take care of it because it gets stained, but it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool if you just let it age. Anyways, a lot of these this is me taking notes. There's an old can you see these? It's the light, might be too bright. Actually, let's turn it down. Can you see these? Is it too dark? Yeah, it's too dark. Sorry. Excuse me. I should have worked on the lighting before. Oh, well, there you go. It's more like this. So these are old drawings. There is an artist by the name of Symblet. Her name is it's a she. It's here, let's write it on this. Her name is Sarah Symblet. For those of you who are starting your art careers or want to know about the benefits of having a sketchpad or sketchbook, you look up Sarah Symblet, and she has a book. I think the book is titled something sketchbook diary, or sketchbook how to use a sketchbook, and it's a really interesting book. She also has an anatomy book. If you guys want to learn how to draw the human figure, it might be a little advanced, but I think it's a really good. These notes on de Kooning and Giacometti, a lot of stuff from school. I was organizing my thesis, and I was writing down things that I think this is from the de Kooning book that I have. These are really old sketches. You can barely see them, but yeah, this is all stuff that this is very long time ago. This was, I'd say, 2010, starting 2010. I was learning the figure, and I was really getting into this, and I was starting my career. These are a lot of my sketches. I won't put these up on Instagram. I have a lot of new work up on Instagram. I'm sketching every day now, and I have lyrics, song lyrics here on. You can barely see. I have paper I haven't used, so in a few years this is gonna start getting yellow, and it makes really good really good drawing paper. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like sheets of these. Five of these I haven't used, and it's gonna start getting old and yellowy, and it's gonna be really good drawing paper for really nice drawings. Figure here. There's a video I posted it up. It's in Spanish. I really talk about my experience here. Coming back home, I'm a native to Colombia. I was born here, and being here over and over again. Look at all these notes from school. There's a ton of notes. Basically, coming back to relearning my culture and really embracing who I am, and studying and doing a lot of research. So I did a lot of this. I have this is just one of the books. So sketchbooks are very handy. This is another one. I'm not going to show you everything because it will take forever, but this is for a project I was working on in class. It's really like cartoony, sketchy, but that's the idea. The idea is to get stuff down really quickly, to forget about. It's like letting go of your inhibition, or of your criteria, and your, like, sometimes I'm scared of drawing because I don't know if I should draw. I used to draw, but now I want to draw. I also have a video up on my channel about musicians. If you're a musician and you want to learn how to draw, this stuff is really handy for your inner sleeves and your album artwork. It seems very difficult, and it is, but it's something that can be done. If you apply your concentration, you can get really good at sketching very quickly. Look at all these old cartoons. I got really into sketching, and I would spend look at this exercise. Me playing with a ruler, but I was in class, and I wanted to do something with a ruler, and look, I did this really cool landscape, but I ended up leaving it like that. So yeah, your sketchbook is a very great way of loosening up. Make your mistakes on your sketchbooks. If you're not going to be an artist, you can write other stuff. These doodles are very handy because you can use them further. Look at this one. I threw a lot of highlighter on it just because I thought it was interesting. So I never used the highlighter. This is the first time I used the highlighter on a drawing, and it turned out looking pretty good. This is me studying the drawing, the figure, the human figure. I got really into the human figure. It was my. This is, no, I don't want to show this because I'm gonna sell. I made some. What are those called? Prints, and I want to share this later. And some. You can barely see some of these, but it's not because it's not. It's because of the light. The light's hitting it directly. So yeah, it's interesting to see these again, and to look at this one. It's very quick. I think I did it in 3 seconds, maybe a little more, maybe like 15, 20, 30 seconds, very quickly. The more you practice, the more you start loosening up. You start memorizing stuff about the human figure, and you can. It's very handy to have. Look at all these. This is like, I got like 15 pieces of paper here I can still use for other drawings. When I start running out of paper, I will use this. So Sarah Simblett, look up Sarah Simblett, and you will see a lot of like I was I was looking up stuff on YouTube about how to make movies, and there's this thing, I don't know what video it says. It's Story is King. If you can see it, Story is King, and it has a list of the movies you should see as a filmmaker. So I started trying to get these movies. There's a lot of them that I couldn't find because they're really old movies. But I also have you, if you guys have seen Bowfinger. Bowfinger is one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it is a hysterical masterpiece. I think it's great. There's a lot of these. Singing in the Rain. I saw that one. I found that one. There's a lot of movies. Anyways, there's a list of pro stuff. And I really got into making. I wanted to make really good movies. I wanted to start making film, and the whole. Since I'm sketching and I'm learning how to do, maybe I can storyboard. Maybe I can do some work. There's a lot of these. Look at this. I can barely see it, but it's a really cool, like, sci-fi skeletal thing there. I got a lot of doodles. Some sort of cartoon monster. Like a person. I don't know, like a pig face, something. I don't know. I thought it was really cool. And this is like a really beautiful portrait. I did this copying something off the internet. There was this thing on the internet, Draw This. It was a live session, drawing sessions, and I did a lot of those. I think I did like, I don't know, it was like 10 or 20. I did, but I did a lot of them. It was like an hour long, and I did them. And I did them with this, part of this is the Draw This notebook, really small. Anyways, there's a lot of these. There's a lot of lyrics I have here, a lot of lyrics. This is from Draw This. I was really. There's also Vipu. What's his name? He's an old master. He's in New Masters Academy. Vipu. I forgot his first name. It's trying to focus on the image, but anyways, there's something he was. I think one of his drawings I was trying to analyze, and really, you can barely see these, but they're there. It's there it goes. Like it focuses, but then it doesn't. Yeah. So I've spent the last, I'd say, 15 years, precisely 15, maybe even more, 17 years on the figure. All of these are human figure. All of these. Some of these better than others, but this is beautiful. These are beautiful drawings. I'll probably post some of these on Instagram. So a lot of these were. This is a portrait I did. I have an Instagram. Um, I have an Instagram. It's Manolo Bonilla Arte. I think that's what it's called, Manolo Bonilla Arte. You gotta look for it. It's I'm gonna try to post. I'm gonna try to post the actual link. But a lot of this stuff is a beautiful figure study in various positions. So yeah, I got a lot of this stuff on my foot. I would draw my feet when I had nothing else to draw. I would love to draw my feet. It was really good practice. Drawing my feet was really, really good practice. If I didn't have anything else to draw, or I didn't know what else to draw, look at these really cool figures. Yeah, this is a model from, I think it's Draw This. Maybe this isn't Draw This. This is a class I took or something. It is really beautiful. I love the human figure. I think it's very interesting. It speaks very it speaks lots of languages, and it speaks highly of me, because I dedicate myself to studying these things, and I think they're it's very classy, right? I think it's very classy, the human figure. So I finished working out. I was exercising. I did a 1 hour workout on my treadmill. Sometimes I take care of my body, not always, but I usually do. So I'm doing it every day now. I'm working out every day. Yeah, I gotta take care of it. Gotta take care of. It's the only one I have. So this is 2017. So this is what, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. This is one of the later ones. I think I've posted some of these up on Instagram. I know I've posted some of these up on. This is like a basic. I was trying to do some sort of a conversation between people. Yeah, some of these are posted up. I started working with dry media, markers, highlighters, ink, pen, pencil. Lots of dry media. Oh, it's already been 17 minutes. I'm gonna try to make not spend too much time. Most of these are on Instagram. If you want to check these out, these are on Instagram. Just wanted to kind of, so you could see the size. Like, it's a good size. These are good size portraits. This one I haven't shared. This is what is her name? Hayley Williams from Paramore. I quickly sketched her. I did the best I could. It was like this was an Instagram post, and it was like 10 seconds. She was playing some chords on the guitar, and I did something really quickly, and then I just but it's not my best work, so I didn't post it. Hayley Williams from Paramore. This is one of the portraits I did in pencil. I got a lot of stuff here. Paper. Me working with, this is blue pencil. This is beautiful, I think. Colored pencils are really great drawing tools because they have a binder within the pencil, and the binder doesn't allow smearing on the paper. It's sort of like a glue, and it really gets onto the paper. They used this in the Renaissance, except it wasn't a colored pencil. It was like a piece of chalk, and they used it a lot because they would bind it. They would use this binder, and that's why the Da Vinci drawings and Michelangelo drawings, those are still visible because of that binder. I like this drawing. Somebody from I meet a lot of people on Instagram, and I see, look, it's the thing when Mansour says that when you look at things backwards, you start to see the mistakes. She looks very heavy, super heavy in this picture. Wow, I couldn't. Oh no, that's not it. No, it is. It is. That is. It's my. It's. You can see mistakes. Um, Da Vinci would use mirrors so that you could view the this one's a little bit more accurate, so that you could see mistakes when you look at drawings backwards. You can see mistakes. This one, it's not that I drew. I think I forgot to put the real. I think I just drew her. Yeah, she's supposed to be this thin, something like that with curves. But yeah, no, I meet a lot of people on Instagram. There's a lot of Instagram models, a lot of girls who like to show their body on Instagram. So I use it for my research, for my studying. I love the female body, and I love the human figure. This is a portrait of a teacher, Italian teacher, Lucrezia. She's her 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 class her classes on. She's got a YouTube channel. I think it's Learning with Lucrezia or something like that. I'm subscribed to her channel, but I took a picture. She does a lot of explaining, and I couldn't get a good picture of her, and I said I'm just gonna take this one, and that's it. And it's it wasn't meant to be like a beautiful portrait, but I like it. I think it is beautiful. I like the distortions within art. Um, the imperfections. This is me. I look a lot like my uncle in this picture, my uncle from my dad's side. But I was looking very deeply into the camera, and something happened here in my eye. It looked like I wasn't getting enough sleep, so I embellished the mistake. And I think distorted artwork is this is something I invented. It was just an invention. Very quickly I invented this person. She might resemble a lot of people, but I invented her, and that's what I think is interesting about, very very cool about art. You can invent stuff. I love this thing I did here. I was gonna make a print, but I haven't got around to it. But yeah, it's coming soon. Gonna make prints. Um, so yeah, I did a lot of portraits. I use Instagram because Instagram is very good for sharing your current art, your current lifestyle, your current ideas. It's sort of like a portfolio, right? Really stuff that has nothing to do with anything, but I'm just kind of like, you know, some sort of design, something. Just anyways. There's a really cool YouTube channel. I think it's called Dark Horse. No, no, that's Dark Horse Comics. No, that's it's a YouTube channel dedicated to sharing your sketchbook. There's a lot of cool artists who are on there. I can't name many right now, but I've seen it a few times. And I think it's really interesting. I have a lot of notes here from school. This is very important stuff from school. I was taking down Italian notes. I'm learning Italian, so I started randomly putting notes on a page. And just if I look at the word, then I memorize it a lot easier. I didn't draw anything on here though. But look at all these. This is all Italian vocabulary all over it's randomly put on the page so that I can look for stuff quickly. Maybe this. Oh, these are cool drawings. This is Pete Townsend from The Who. I tried to draw him. Look, I can see the mistakes now because I'm looking at it backwards. But I like it. I think it's a very cool drawing of Pete Townsend when he was younger. This is what is this Playhouse before the Pinball Wizard. This is an Italian artist, Pietro della Francesca. These are very quickly done, so they're not very exact. But I wasn't trying to copy exactly. I was just trying to. It's a study of yeah, no. I was starting to make this structure. An old guy. I had really cool drawings here. So everybody shares. They're showing their. This is a Italian model from Italy. She has. I follow her a lot on Instagram. I think she's very tall and very beautiful body. So having Instagram and having these pictures is really beneficial. You can compare and contrast the difference between a beautiful back. She's got a big body, really tall, very beautiful, and all kinds of art. Is me really loosening up on the pencil, on the graphite. I think this was this is Pietro della Francesca still. I love Italian Renaissance. I love Italian Renaissance and Spanish modernists. It's sort of like my. I think it defines me as an artist a lot. Is my love for the Italian Renaissance and well, I wouldn't say my excuse me, the Italian Renaissance, but like artists from the Italian Renaissance, the style of drawing, the style of, not all of it because I don't know everything, obviously. And these are just sketches, but like I could copy Michelangelo drawings, Da Vinci drawings, Botticelli drawings, and with a lot of love and care and gusto. And look at this, for example. This is just like, this is a doodle. It's very messy, very dirty, and not very good drawing, but I like it. I think it's really good. That's what the sketchbook is for these mistakes. There's stuff in here that is very useful, and you learn, and there's the difference between drawing with pencil and drawing with pen. We're up to 28 minutes. Notes on doing figures and just putting notes on the page. These last ones. This is like somebody in the Middle East, like it's like a war. Like he's tired. But anyways, this is like just me messing around. Like some guys in Jeeps. I think I made this person up, but it might resemble somebody that I know or that I've met on Instagram. And I just sort of like, I transform the figure a lot. I like to distort it. These things that are very distorted, this torso, it's very distorted. These things are I think they're very attractive. I think that's one of the great things about art. Your mistakes are welcome on paper. Anyway, look at this. This is like really, I don't like this, but it's interesting. It's got weird stuff. Anyways, so yeah, those are some of my old ones. Not those are my like my 2016, 2017, 2018, 2018. I have really, really old ones where you can obviously see how inexperienced I am, and my drawings are very, very premature. I don't know if that's the word, but I was learning basically from scratch. I was learning my first drawing lessons. This is an earlier one. This is not an earlier one, a later one. This is a later sketchbook. This is a foot anatomy. Me studying the anatomy. Some of this stuff is this stuff is on Instagram. This is my that's Jesus. I like to draw Jesus because of its obviously it's symbolic, it's symbolism, but also like anatomy, structure, proportions, and it's very reminds me a lot of my youth, or when I was a little kid. I was starting a comic idea here, and I never really finished it. I was going to share this I should probably share this on Instagram. This is a really cool idea. These are figures. So yeah, Sarah Simblett. Check out her book, Sarah Simblett. You should also look at stuff you can find on her on the internet. I'm gonna do the same. I haven't really seen her videos in a long time. I had that book. Someone lent me that book. I had to give it back to that person. I had to return it, but it's a very good book. It's a book on sketchbook, how to use a sketchbook, how to maintain it, how to use it. And the best thing I can tell you is just use it every day. Look at this. This is really weird, but I think it's me or somebody. I think it's a female. It's a female, but since it has long hair, it resembles me. I think it's a Spanish YouTube channel. History. Oh no, this is her. But she looks really big in this, and she's not actually this heavy, but it's a cool portrait of her. History, Spanish. Another figure. I have a lot of these. This was on Instagram. I made up half of it, some of it's old sculpture, self-portrait. I was on the street and I took a picture with my phone, and then I studied the picture. So I use Instagram a lot, and I use my cell phone. This is from an Andrew Loomis book. This is an excellent book. This is like if you want to draw cartoons and you want to start learning how to draw, this is a really good book. Andrew Loomis, Fun with a Pencil, I think it is. Yeah, Fun with a Pencil. So I did the exercise. There's a lot of stuff here. Structures, stuff I started doing and I haven't finished it. Just an idea. I think maybe he's like, what is he doing? Like golfing, I think. I don't know if he's golfing. I got a lot of these here. Someone at the beach or at the pool. I have to really apologize for the lighting. This is terrible, but you get an idea. A lot of this stuff is on Instagram. Like I said, I will post a link. Portraits. Like this one. This is a really pretty drawing. It's with that blue colored pencil. These are people from Instagram that I meet and that I see every day, and I like to draw them because they like to show their bodies, and I think it's very beautiful. I love the human figure, and I'm always looking out for these people for these pictures. I try to take it easy on the erotic part because it's Instagram, so it's a public thing. But that also has its place, right? You gotta practice everything. Oh, this is really cool. I was doing something from my imagination. I think they were playing some sort of ball game, but I was trying to get the figure, like some movement of some athletes. These are all figures. I started using this the brush pen, the Chinese or Japanese brush pens. This is my first one. I was learning how to use it. And I didn't know how to use it, but I was improvising, and look at all this came out pretty interesting. I have a lot of drawings here. I started getting back into spawn drawings. These are all up on Instagram. This one isn't. Some figure drawing, inventions. These are things I invent because I have a lot of practice now, and I've read the right books. Well, not the right books. Anything you can find on anatomy. Bern Hogarth, Andrew Loomis. Most recently, I was told that really, like the important industry leaders in comic books, and like Stan Lee and Jim Lee. What is it? Kirby, Adams, Neil Adams, and all these old comic book artists, and even nowadays is the Bridgman books, the George Bridgman, anything you can find on George Bridgman books. I think this is a George Bridgman book. Yeah, this is George Bridgman. I was doing a study here. Oh, I think this is the class that I took on Proco. There's a few classes on, and then I did some spawn drawings, character design. This is a spawn I did. I think it's really cool. I love the color on it. This is another one. This is John Wick. I love this movie. I think this is my I think this is the second or the third one. I think this is the third one. But the first one, oh man, the first one was crazy. I really I'm not really for violence, but that movie is so crazy. I did this really quick spawn sketch, like medieval spawn. You can barely see it, but it's in pencil. So these things you can use, you can photocopy, and you can reuse and use and reuse. This one didn't come out so good, but I like it. I think it's quite interesting. It's a spawn. So I went to school for fine art. My main objective was drawing and the human figure. I of course took photography, painting, sculpture, everything I had to so that I could graduate. But my main focus was the Italian Renaissance, and this is what is this? Most recently, what's his name? Flashback, I think this is Flashback. Oh, it's one of those old comic books from the 90s. Ruby and I forgot the rest of some Andrew Loomis exercises. Andrew Loomis books are also excellent. Right next to George Bridgman, I think Andrew Loomis books and George Bridgman books are very, very informative. And the Bern Hogarth book, Dynamic Anatomy. You learn a lot of. So you think, should I get this one, or should I get that one, or should I get this? Whichever book you get, there's something within that book that has very fundamental information. So you won't go wrong with any of them. But those are the three main. I think the three main ones that, if you're like just basically curious, there's more. Obviously, there's way more. Um, but those are the. Neko, 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 no, siéntate. Neko, Neko, hazme caso. Neko, siéntate. This is why we have a sketchbook. Neko, siéntate, por favor. Neko, siéntate. This is why we have a sketchbook. This is from a sketchbook. This is a really nice drawing. I think I was trying to illustrate something that we were reading in class, and I was illustrating something. But this is why we have a sketchbook, because we keep. I think I turned this in and they gave it back to me. But this is why we have a sketchbook. So these things aren't loose. This is a soccer player. I drew a figure. This is a Spider-Man I was drawing really quickly. This is the Marvel way. I was learning how to. I was doing the Marvel way exercises. The Marvel way is another one. I would say if you're gonna study comic book, but even though you're not, even if you're not gonna study comic book, the Marvel way is an excellent. I love comic books, even though I didn't study. Even though I'm not an illustrator or a comic book artist major, I'm learning it now, and I'm doing a good job on it. But my focus is fine art, and I will continue to. Just lots of messy line exercises. A lot of. This is something I did with a pen. I'm sorry, with a brush. I was doing some sort of exercise with the brush, checking out the tip, but I kept it because I like the way this might be useful for something. This is more of the Marvel way, but this is why we have a sketchbook. We get a really inexpensive sketchbook, and we put all these things in there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'd say these are 6 months old, something like that. Oh yeah, it's around 6 months old. So I've had the Marvel way for 6 months, around that time. And I've been reading it, and then I stop reading it, and then I come back to it, and then I repeat chapters. But the Marvel way is a really good book. It's another really good book. Stan Lee and John Buscema, or Buscema. All of these things are good for keeping track of our progress. And these are the I would say this is like my finer work. I posted this, but I took it down maybe because it looks like the figure maybe like a little bit too erotic. But I like it. I think it's very interesting. She's balancing out a couple buckets of water. She's very like sensual. Looks like almost like a I don't know, like an anime figure kind of, but it's not because of her face. I like her feet. This is an erotic drawing. I don't know if I should be sharing this. I probably shouldn't show this. It's not. It's just a portrait. I made up this figure. I was looking at Eon Flux. I don't know if you guys remember Eon Flux, and I did something. This is a sculpture I really like, and I copied it. I love sculpture. I'm learning sculpture right now. This isn't Aristotle, but it's Greek. Classic Greek sculpture. I love to draw sculpture. It's one of my favorite things to draw. And the Italian Renaissance and the Spanish Modernist movement. This is not a, this is like a sculpture. I took it down too because it seemed like a little bit, it might be a little bit heavy. I don't want to scare anybody. Maybe a different time period before Greek, ancient Greece, or during ancient Greece. I love art history because this is one of my creations. I love art history because it helps me, it really inspires me and it helps me focus, and I really like the development of the Renaissance. This is Pietro de la Francesca. Piero or Piero de la Francesca. I forgot his. I think it's one of those. De la Francesca. It's he's got a lot of murals in Italy. This is one of the figures. I really like this artist. He's one of my favorites. Leonardo da Vinci. You can barely see. It's a Leonardo da Vinci, even though it looks nothing like the original. It's really heavy. He's really heavy in this one, but I like it. I was going to erase it and start over, but then I kept the frame, and I kept doing it. I kept drawing. Instagram models. You know, you have access to the internet and these beautiful women in Instagram, and I love to draw them. It's very pleasing. It's very relaxing. This one. Oh, I haven't shared this one. I'm gonna post this one maybe. This is a new one. I haven't shared in a long. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Big and voluptuous. Proportions. The way the weight is placed on one side as opposed to the other. The way she's holding her head up with one hand. Very what is that called? It's fulfilling visually. It's very fulfilling to see these. I love the human figure. It's very I'm very attracted to the art and the mechanics of the human body, the system, the organs, but in context of the human, right? The soul, the spirit, the culture, art history. This is a very important artist, Mark Rothko, and I really like this picture of Mark Rothko. He's smoking a cigarette. It looks like a diner, and I just drew him. This is a little bit heavier weight paper, and so this is why these drawings look like this. I'm using this specifically. This is a famous Italian sculpture. I forgot what it's called, but I love the way this turned out. This looks really cool. Graphite, lead pencil. She's another Instagram model. Very beautiful. Proportions, you know, the way the way her head tilts, her hair, the clavicle, this part of her body, the cross on her neck. Very sexy, very beautiful. This is that same sculpture, Italian sculpture, but it was a picture from the back, and I think I really like the way it turned out. Something on his head, I can't really, I don't know what the entire story of the sculpture, but it looks like he's beheading something or someone. You know, something very serious, some law he broke, or somebody he did wrong to, who he shouldn't have messed with. And the thing in the back of his head, I don't know if it was like, it's like a creation. I think it's like something they created, or it most likely it's symbolic, but I don't know what it means. Anyways, that's it on these. Those are my last really professional. Um, but it's still my sketchbook, right? It's still a sketchbook. Oh, I got another one here. I haven't shown this one. This is different. This is a different kind of paper. It's like what is that, paper bag? Paper bag from the supermarket. But it's not paper bag. It's different. It has a coating on the back. It's specific to drawing or to like stationery. This is something I invented. Turned out to be African American. I'm guessing because it's a comic book figure, and she has red hair, so I'm assuming it's African American. So I invented the figure, but it's comic book. It's comic book. This is from a comic book from that one of those comic books from the 90s. It didn't look at. This is me starting to copy the figure from the comic book. This is me creating a figure from ink. Since I'm creating it with ink, I can't really do any erasing. So either I go to the right, to the left. So I mean, it was complicated, and I couldn't do any erasing. You can tell on the feet, they're not very well, or the hands. But it's like I posted a limit on myself, and I didn't want to. I wanted to create something, and I didn't want to make. If I made a mistake, then it was gonna show. A couple of female. Oh no, two. Well, I think it's two females, but I didn't really finish one of them. And there's another one here. Another female. This is comic book also, but this is more. I think, yeah, like I said, this is more like fine art because of the pose. Actually, no, it could be comic book. It could be comic book. Look at because of her shoes. This is my grandfather when he arrived. I think well, not arrived. I don't know if he was. Anyways, he took a picture with my grandfather who was from Spain, and he was tilting against a wall that was dividing two sections of a house. So it's my grandfather, Enrique. Anybody who sees this knows my grandfather. That's my grandfather when he was young. But very Spanish, very Spanish. So I really dig. What are those Spanish artists? Picasso, Velázquez. Except for the drawing. The drawing looks very modern. Look very modern. But it has that. I think he has that Spanish look. I don't know, something about it. This is Hellboy. Very quick sketch of Hellboy. Looking at the TV, I paused it. This is another Hellboy. This is on Instagram. This is Spider-Man. I really like the way this came out. I like the color. Not bad. Even if you look at it backwards, it looks pretty good. I forgot to color in his belt, or the belt area. Another drawing of Spider-Man. These are pretty good actually. I started really spending time on my sketchbook. I gotta take the dog out for a walk. It's getting late. These are my first coming back to comic book. This is Green Arrow, but it does not look like Green Arrow. It's a complete transformation. I completely made it my own, and I gave it fine art synthesis. Something about the material being utilized for something within a fine art context. I was testing things out. I wasn't. It's not really a drawing to be shown. This is a Superman. I don't know who the original artist is. So I was using I think this is Jim Lee. This is a Batman. This is something that happened with the whiteout. I was giving it highlights, and oh, the bottle, the tip dripped a big goop of whiteout. So then I used the mistake, and and I wanted to really develop it into a fine art context, because the human figure is obviously does not look anything like this in most cases. It's a complete distortion. Fantasy, um, really quick sketch. So I was trying to figure something out, maybe like to make my own comic within the fine art, like make a fine art comic book, but I really didn't like that idea. So I just kept it a comic book figure. So these are it's just comic book figures. I didn't want to. This is a sketch of something I was trying to figure out. I said Picasso. I really like the Meninas, not Meninas. There's a famous Picasso painting. This is a portrait of people I see on the internet, on Instagram. I meet. And when I say I meet, I basically saying that I follow them. I follow them on Instagram, and I really like what they share. This stuff. This is cool. I made this up. I made this up. Inventions. So yeah, basically it's me learning the comic book figure. This was the notebook that I used. I don't know why I used this, because of the tone. It's a tone paper, and it's really difficult. Because it's not. This is another mistake that happened, but I wanted to use it in a fine art context. I wanted to somehow dismiss the error, and sort of embellish the mistake, the distortion. Give it. This is my dog Neko. This looks nothing like him, but like I said, mistakes are welcome in my sketchbook. I love mistakes, especially if they distort the figure enough. That this was Andrew Loomis. I was doing the Andrew Loomis exercises. Those turned out pretty cool. Those are really cool. Anatomy. Anyways, that's something I was making up, but the pen it ran out of ink. But yeah, it's mistakes. It was running out of ink, so I made as many as I could really quickly. So that's what the sketchbook is for. I think this is cool. I like the green. A lot of really noisy, because the garbage men are outside. Sorry, they're working, collecting, recycling, and garbage. So anyways, that's what my sketchbook is for. So I have a few sheets. Actually I have like half of it is still, no, a few, like around 30 of these. I'm gonna start doing some charcoal drawings on this month. This month or next month. I have a lot of pencil drawings that I'm still working on. And this is the last one I'm gonna share. This is a little bit better paper. This is a sculptor on Instagram. I'm following him right now. I really like this invention. He created this, but his knowledge of the anatomy is very extensive. You could tell by the work. I'm gonna post it up. This is a Batman, and then I added a figure there on the bottom. It's an old Batman comic book that I downloaded from the internet. I think it was turning out pretty good, but I'm gonna leave it like that. A Dali, a red ink Dali portrait that he did when he was young, but then I added figures around it. This one, there's a mistake on this. It looks kind of dirty, so I erased it from Instagram. I have to fix it. I can still fix it. I'm gonna try and fix it, or I'm gonna leave it as a. This is a Batman. I copied Batman and I made a figure around him. Actually, I created her first, and then I didn't know what else to do around the figure, so I placed Batman right there on the desk, my action figure, and I traced it, and then I added the horizontal line to give it space, and then I did some I sprayed it with red paint. But there's something on the Batman drawing. It's not very, I mean, it's not dirty. It's just that it could be misinterpreted. This is beautiful. I love this drawing. Some of these came out really cool. Really light drawing, but there's some really quick sketches. I did of some females. I wasn't sketching anyone. I was actually, this one, I did use some reference on the face, not too much, but these were created. I did use a reference on this because this one looks, you could tell I used the reference. Very quick, but the ones on the, I got these from imagination. I wasn't looking at anything. This is an Instagram model. Very beautiful, voluptuous figure. Very attractive person, attractive model. This is another one. I haven't shared these. She's another Instagram very famous model, Brazilian. I really like her figure. It's very attractive. It's very well, how do you say it, healthy, or just works out, or just everything is proportions. Everything is where it's supposed to be, and it looks really nice and healthy, and youth, vanities. Is someone I found this model on Instagram, and I took a quick picture. This was a long time ago. And I found this most recently, but I haven't seen her, and I haven't seen her in a long time. She used to put stuff up on Instagram. It's a little bit distorted. The eyes, one of the eyes is too close to the other one, but I kept it. I didn't want it to be too perfect. There's another portrait of another female. You can barely see it. People on Instagram. I see a lot of people. Meet a lot of people on Instagram. This is I think this is Jack Kirby Superman, very old Superman. I did this morning, very early, very quickly. Jack Kirby, and I did this one too right after Neil. This is Neil Adams. This is a Batman. Came out pretty cool. So that's it. That's this sketchbook. I'm gonna post these up on. So I have a lot of loose drawings, but basically tonight's video was about sketchbooks. Those are my sketchbooks. Some of them are very recent. Some of them are old. I have more sketchbooks which are very old, and you can tell by the line, by the composition and the way that the drawing looks, that I had very little experience, but I attained a lot of experience through doing the practice of drawing on a sketchbook. So yeah, that's the video. Hopefully you found this information interesting, and what was the word? I'm trying to think. I always pause when I'm ending the videos for some reason. because something came. I just remembered something. Hopefully, the video is uh, its information has helped you and will help you to make any decisions if you're gonna get a sketchbook. Sarah Simblett is the artist that I wanted to share. Sarah Simblett. I do not have any of her books. She has a few books out. She is a professor at I think Cambridge School of Art, somewhere in England, British art college. Um, but that book, there's a book specific to the thing about having a sketchbook. So yeah, sketchbooks are very cool for ideas, doodling. Look at this. These aren't. It's nothing out of this world. But it's it's exercising the mind and your hand and things that you may be wondering about, and it's a way to keep track of all this stuff. I look at my old sketchbooks, and I can remember a lot about what I was learning because I had no experience. So yeah, that's the video. Hopefully this was relevant to what you were looking for. I'm a fine art major, and my thesis was on drawing and its importance in our um, practice as artists and professionals. So the Andrew Loomis books, for if you're going to learn to draw or if you don't know what book to get, Andrew Loomis, the George Bridgman, the Bern Hogarth, and the other one, that last one, the Sarah Simblett. So all of those are really good books for purchasing. Okay. I just don't want to forget anything. Okay, thank you for watching the video. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and it helps you find stuff on your personal account, so that videos get to you a lot faster, a lot easier, and that we use the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching my video once again, and I will see you in a new one soon.